Hey yo, well this is Zacchaeus with another live word of the day, and check out the story that I heard earlier today. Check it out, it happened last week.
We now know the name of the man police are searching for in the brutal shooting death of a father and son.
This is video of the murders has been circulating online. CBS 2's Alice Gaynor is in East Flatbush with an update.
47-year-old Vladimir Mathurin and his 27-year-old stepson, Chinwe Mood, were shot dead Sunday night, police say, by their downstairs neighbor, 47-year-old Jason Pass, who they had an ongoing noise dispute with. A video camera on the fourth floor of the Flatbush Gardens complex at 1418 Brooklyn Avenue
It's
shows Pass, who
crazy.
lives below on the third floor, arguing with Mathurin's wife. Mathurin then comes out holding up what police
East
say are
Flatbush,
scissors.
Brooklyn.
His wife tries pulling him away as Pass then pulls out a gun. We're stopping the video here. The NYPD says Pass shoots Mathurin and Mood and calmly flees the scene. The NYPD says Pass had called 311 6 times since March 2022 on his upstairs neighbors over what sounded like banging on the floor.
Noise complaints, basically people walking. We come to find out the apartment upstairs didn't have carpeting. It was a wood floor, so a lot of noise, people walking back and forth generated these calls.
Building management says there were numerous complaints from both apartments and that mediation was offered but never done. On Monday, CBS 2 spoke with the victim's wife and mother, who says Pass banged on the ceiling, so her husband banged on the floor back.
My husband have no gun, no weapon. Why would you bring your gun to shoot my family? Why would you bring your gun to tear my family apart? Why? Why?
Brooklyn Councilwoman Farrah Lewis spent some time with the grieving family.
They need a lot of support right now. Her husband was the breadwinner of the family. So to know that he was paying for her to go to school, paying for two children to go to parochial school, now they have nothing.
As police search for Pass, on Tuesday, anti-violence group Elite Learners Inc. and others were outside the building to denounce gun violence.
We have to come out. We have to let the world know that this is not normal and that we have resources to support those that are in need.
It was completely uncalled for and senseless, and you took away,
Yes.
you destroyed a family.
In
Yes.
Flatbush, Brooklyn, Alice Gaynor, CBS 2 News.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. That's the sad part about that. It was senseless. The two parties was offered mediation, meaning help between the two parties, because this was a feud that was going on from a while ago. This is not the first feud that they had, the two parties. Jason Pass and the gentleman, I get his name now, but a gentleman by the name of the 47-year-old man that was a victim that got shot. But not me, Martin. They're from Haiti. That's why their name is a little different. And son, the stepson, the 27-year-old Shedwan Mode. You know, this was a feud that was going on, but it escalated. If they would have possibly had mediation, if they would have accepted the mediation, it would have probably not escalated to that level. And as a result, because both parties was enraged, Jason Pass and Banami, they clashed because it was escalated to a point of no return. And when you find yourself escalating to a point of no return, there's no telling what can happen. But first of all, I want to say before I go on, you know what? Before I jump into what I'm going to say, condolences to the family of Badami, and RIP to the son and the father together. RIP to them and condolences to their families. My heart goes out to the wife that lost her son and her husband, the stepson and her husband. And it's sad. It's sad because this could have been de-escalated if they would have went for some mediation. But you see, when you're coming off that way with rage, And when you come off with rage, and you come off, it's like a two disasters colliding. And when you have two disasters colliding, there's no telling what's gonna happen. And it's sad because you talk about gun control. I heard it in the news. This was from Channel CBS News, and they talk about gun. One of the speakers during the interview talk about gun control. I don't. It's just a talk. Maybe nothing will be done with a gun because when money's involved in certain entities, nothing is done. So she brings up about gun control. It's the masses gonna have to bring it to the world, and not because of so much money in guns. I don't think it's possible. I don't think so, because money's involved. Too much money to be made with weaponry. Too much money to be made with guns, and it's sad that this young man and his father had to lose their life. He came, as you can see the video, he came with the, this is all over social media. There's a live footage all over social media, but in certain platforms you cannot portray it. Certain platforms you cannot show the whole entire to the video to its entirety. You can't do it. But this goes to tell you that because you don't come with, it's all about your approach, folks. Now, Jason Pass had something going on. For him to actually shoot somebody over noise, kill somebody over noise. And the thing is that, and from what I'm heard, according to the sources, this was ongoing. And kids will always make noise. Kids, when they running, they make noise. Kids talk loud. Kids make, it's an ongoing thing. You know which people play music in Brooklyn? You know which people play music, loud music in Brooklyn? Do you know which people have kids running up and down on top of you? But it shouldn't have to escalate into somebody losing their life or people losing their life. And it's really sad. And to see that it's weird we doing it to each other, killing each other out and murdering each other. It's sad because when you think about it, they when you think about it, this could have been solved and resolved. It's all about your approach. And I think that's what I'm trying to drive home to this message. It's all about your approach. When you come screaming and yelling at somebody and hollering at somebody and screaming and hollering and yelling, then that person is going to retaliate. That person's going to retaliate. And then when they retaliate, it escalates into something huge. Now, this was in an apartment building. This was in a complex in East Flatbush in Brooklyn. And it's all about your approach. How do you approach situations? If somebody's keeping noise, somebody's disturbing your peace or keeping noise, do you come screaming and yell at them? Waving a gun and waving a scissors like the man had in his hand? It's all about your approach. How do you approach certain situations? And and another thing too, when it comes to disturbing your peace, we got to learn how to show courtesy to each other. And I think that's lacking. That is lacking so much, especially among us black people. That is lacking so much. It's lacking. It's lacking so much. It's really lacking. Not considering the next man, what the next man is doing, not considering what the next man is going through. You're disturbing, making a whole bunch of noise, and But I still say this, and I still stand with this. It doesn't have to escalate to somebody losing their life. Don't have to. It doesn't have to. If I approach you and tell you that in a calm manner, maybe they did approach in a calm manner, but maybe because the thing is this, and I'm gonna say this, it's different because it's kids, and kids is gonna run. It's cold outside. Kids are gonna run up and down your apartment, depending on how much kids you have. That's what kids do. Unless they're from I don't know the age of the kids. Unless they're really young kids, they're gonna run up and down the apartment. They're not gonna stay on a they won't, kids are not gonna stay on a tablet, or they're not gonna stay on a device that long. Some older kids do, but small kids they don't. They're gonna run up and down, play tag in the house, and that's what they do. Jason passed, it didn't have to escalate that way. But the latest update news is that the cops, that Jason passed, the latest news that I heard this morning is that Jason Pass is in critical condition. I don't know if he's the latest news if he's dead, but he came charging to the NYPD with a scissors. I mean with a knife. He came charging to NYPD with a knife, and they shot him. So the latest news right now, I heard there might be some updated news on his condition. I heard he's in critical condition with the gunshots he received, but I don't know if he passed or not. Not too sure. Not too sure. And this is a valuable lesson. Also a valuable lesson to be courteous. If someone tell you that they make keep it too much noise, to lower the noise down. Also, the lesson also in this matter is to it's all about your approach. Are you going to approach somebody screaming and yelling and hollering, or are you going to approach them in a calmly manner? And maybe they did before, because I heard this was an ongoing thing. This feud is not just in a feud between the both parties, between the two neighbors, between the two residents. This feud was continuing to go on between the two of them, and as a result, this is the end result. End result. He passed. The father got killed, and long as the son got killed too as well as the son. Also, Jason passed. As a result, Jason Pass shot them as an end result. It's all about your approach, folks. It's all about the approach. How you approach matters. How you approach situations when somebody's angry and riled up, ready to fight. And these days, I tell you, you may look soft, but it's best to walk away. Call the cops. If there's a disturbance in your residence, call the police and let the police take care of it. If there's a disturbance in your residency, there's no need to get in each other's face, no need to escalate the rage, no need to elevate rage and to escalate to a deadly confrontation in a deadly matter. If there's nerves disturbance, best thing to do is call 911, call the police. It doesn't have to escalate this way. This could have been avoided. This is a senseless murder. Senseless murder. Senseless death. Senseless death. It could have been avoided if it wasn't escalated to rage. This is what rages do. When you, it is all about your approach. How you approach the situation. How do you approach the matter? If he's still not listening, then you call the police. You come with him in a soft manner. You come with the person that's giving the noise to a soft manner. And if they're still not listening, you maybe warn them a second time. You maybe warn them a third time. They don't listen. You don't come walking up the steps to confront them. You call the police. Call the police. Let the police take care of it. To lower the noise and hopefully get through to them that they got to lower their noise. But as kids, it's a situation with kids. And listen, kids are going to run. Kids are going to do what kids do. Maybe something could have been worked out, but as they refused the mediation help, both parties refused the mediation. Jason Pass and Bawambi, I hope I'm saying this right, Badami, they refused the mediation, and as an end result, because you refuse to bring the two parties to peace, and they refuse them to mediation, this is the end result. Never be too proud to ask for help. Never be too proud to to receive resources that can help you. Never be too proud, because when you're full of pride, it can kill you. Well, the live word of the day is coming out of Proverbs chapter 15, verses 1. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Stirs it up. It stirs it up. And man, oh man, sad story. Once again, condolences. Condolences to the family of Badami, Martinan, and his son, and his stepson, Shadway Mode. Condolences to the family. R.I.P. to the both son and father that lost their life. Well, this is Zacchaeus coming to you with another live word of the day. God bless and be safe out there. Peace and blessings. And be safe out there.